Now, Simon Calvert is a Deputy Director at the Christian Institute and has concerns about legislation to bring it to Northern Ireland if Stormont isn't resolved by the 21st of October. Good morning, Simon.
Good morning.
What are your concerns?
Well, I think that one of the interesting issues that's emerged as Westminster has voted to bring same-sex marriage into Northern Ireland is there haven't been any of the conversations that there were in 2013 about protecting those who believe in the current law, who believe that marriage is between a man and a woman. And so, let's just be clear, this is not an issue of Christians against gay people. There are, of course, gay people who do not agree with same-sex marriage. It's about a belief about what marriage is, and we all believe that marriage should have some structure to it, and that marriage law is about recognising that structure. So this is an important difference of opinion about what marriage really is. It's not about animosity between people who believe in traditional marriage and gay people. It doesn't have to be that, and it shouldn't be portrayed as that. But what's interesting is that belief that marriage is between a man and a woman is protected by human rights law. And we saw that upheld most recently in the Ashes Baking Company case. It's
not the same as marriage, though, Simon, in fairness, that case. When it comes to marriage, why shouldn't gay couples be afforded that right here? The same as it is right across the UK. Northern Ireland is the only place that gay couples cannot get married. Is that fair?
Well, to just finish the point I was making was that the Supreme Court upheld that the belief that marriage is between a man and a woman is a belief which is worthy of respect in a democratic society. And
it's not the only view, though, Simon, surely.
Oh, no, indeed. But it is a view that is worthy of respect. And my point is that when Westminster was debating the legislation to bring same-sex marriage to Northern Ireland, there was no discussion about people who have that view. Now, you compare that with 2013, when Westminster, and indeed in Holyrood in Scotland, when they were debating the same-sex marriage legislation, many of the people who supported it said, we're only supporting it because the legislation provides proper safeguards to protect people who believe in traditional marriage. And so there are changes to public order law, equality law, and marriage law. So you can't get a situation where, for example, a clergyman or a church is compelled to take part in a same-sex marriage.
But this is all very well and good, but can I just bring you back to the point that Northern Ireland is the only place in the UK that gay couples can't get married. They can get married in the Republic, England, Scotland and Wales. So why should Northern Ireland be set apart?
Well, there are 193 nations in the world, and something like 24 of them recognise.
Well, let's focus on the
marriage.
UK. Why shouldn't we be in line? Why shouldn't we be in line?
Because each jurisdiction in the world is entitled to set its own marriage laws, and so that the Northern Ireland Assembly.
Well, we don't have an assembly, Simon.
If and when it can ever get up running again, can vote on it, and and it may well vote for same-sex marriage the next time round if there is a vote on it. If the Northern Ireland Assembly is not restored by the end of this year, then we know that Westminster has ordered that same-sex marriage must be introduced in Northern Ireland. So
21st of October.
Indeed. So and I think it would come into force in January. So. In all likelihood, that would happen. So I think that the question we have to ask is, what will be done? I mean, I think Ashes Baking Company is highly relevant because what you saw there was a publicly funded body litigating against a small family-run business for refusing to help promote same-sex marriage. And so this is the problem, that you have this kind of dichotomy. So it's not about a sort of a plural society where people have different views. We're increasingly getting to a position where if you don't support and celebrate same-sex marriage, you can get treated rather badly. And I don't think, to be fair to most gay people, that they want that situation either. So
well, I don't think you can speak for most gay people, in fairness, Simon, and I know you were heavily involved in the campaign for
I'm
Ashes.
sure that most gay people don't want a situation where Christians who believe in traditional marriage are treated badly. That's my point.
Well, I don't think what Catherine's saying is that she would feel that her getting married would hurt anyone else, no matter what, through persuasion. Are you married, Simon?
I am, yes.
Why should Catherine be any different? And why should her rights, why can't she have those equal rights?
Well, I mean, to be clear, civil partnership does exist in Northern Ireland. That gives people who enter into them all of the legal rights of marriage. But no, the question of marriage, it comes down to a belief about what marriage is. And I'm pretty consistent on this. I'm currently opposing the Westminster government's attempts to introduce no-fault divorce, precisely because I think it's changing the institution of marriage in a way which, takes it away from its real definition and its real purpose. So it's not about denying people rights. It's about a belief about what marriage is. And as I say, most countries in the world, legislation reflects the belief that marriage is between a man and a woman. It's a respectable opinion. And as I say, for same-sex couples, civil partnerships exist to give the legal right. So I think people are entitled to say, this is not about animosity towards gay people. It's about our beliefs about what marriage is and what's best for society. And that's a respectable position to take.
Absolutely, Simon. And thank you so much for giving your opinion this morning. Simon Calvert, Deputy Director at the Christian Institute.